Here's 3 things you need to be doing right now to lose body fat. Yes, it is number 2, episode 2 of the Fat Loss Accelerator series. Stay tuned, I'm going to be showing you exactly what you need to do starting today to start losing body fat. The first thing you need to do to start losing fat is start tracking things. Once you have some information, once you have a bit of data, you can then start making progress. So what do you need to track? So track as much as possible. This sounds overwhelming, I get that, but it's more simple than you think, and I'm going to help break it down for you. Start with your nutrition. Use MyFitnessPal. Just simply track what you eat. If you do not know how to use MyFitnessPal, go into my channel, you will find a video on how to track your macronutrients and how to use MyFitnessPal. Start with that. Once you actually figure out how much you're consuming, you can then make some adjustments. Steps, how active are you? You will have it in your health app. If you get an iPhone, it's in health, you get Samsung health, you get all these different things. Let's figure out how many steps you're actually doing on average in a week. Next one, sleep. How much sleep are you getting? If you're underslept and things like that, it's going to affect fat loss negatively. So let's figure out how much sleep you're actually getting. Again, something like a Fitbit or Apple Watch, etc. can track all of that. Cardio. Are you actually doing any cardio? If not, how are you? If you are, how are you quantifying it? Are you measuring calories burned? Are you measuring time? All these different things. Firstly, you have to measure these things. Workouts. Are you following a consistent workout plan? Tracking your progress? Are you progressing your lifts? Are you doing them consistently? You have to get all these pieces together and formulate it into a plan, which is going to tie me right into step number 2. Step number 2, as I throw the pen on the floor, once you have this information, is now to formulate a plan. Formulate a plan, there you go. So if you were consuming 2,000 calories on average, so you track food for your nutrition for a week, which is what I recommend you do, and you're consuming on average 2,000 calories, and you want to lose fat, let's cut it down to 1,800. Put that plan in place, that's your new target. Let's say you were averaging 7,000 steps a day, probably there or thereabouts. Well, let's up that. Let's start with 9,000 steps. That's your plan, that's your target for this week. Sleep, say you're sleeping 5 to 6 hours. Let's try and aim for 7. 7 to 9 is good. If your sleep's decent, perfect. Cardio. How much were you doing? How many calories were you burning per session? Let's say you were burning 200 calories a session on average. Let's leave it there. We've decreased nutrition and increased steps, so let's try and get that in and keep it consistent. Workouts, were they all over the place? Were you not doing the same exercise? Were you not tracking your progress? Now we need to formulate a plan on what days you're training and what you're doing in those days. You training 3 days a week? Full body 3 days a week, great place to start. 4 days a week, upper lower, upper lower. 5 days a week, push pull legs, upper lower. Hitting everything twice per week is more beneficial as well. So that is your plan. Formulate the plan around workouts, nutrition, steps, sleep, cardio. When you have that plan in place, it's up to you to then execute. Just before we get into point number 3 here. Getting into step number 3, and it is the most important of the lot: action and execution. Yes, you can have all of these things in place, but if you're not actually fucking doing anything, you're not going to lose any body fat, are you? So once you have tracked, formulated the plan, you have to then execute. Yes, that sounds basic, it sounds simple, but you now have to go and execute it. It has to be sustainable. If you are desperate to lose fat and you want to throw yourself in and train 7 days a week and do 10 hours of cardio, how long are you going to last? Not very long. If you are going to train once per week and do 2,000 steps a day and eat 5,000 calories, that's the complete opposite end of the spectrum. So find the balance, find something that's sustainable. How many days can you train? 3 to 4, great place to start. How many, what's your nutrition like? 2,000 to 2,500 calories for most males is going to be, the majority of my audience are males, is going to be a great place to start. For most people, again, you have to track and measure your results, and the tracking process never ends. You should be checking in with yourself on a weekly basis. How much progress did I make this week? Did I lose fat? No. Well, then I need to either drop my nutrition, increase my steps, or increase my cardio. Maybe increase my workouts as well. So again, taking action, continually tracking, continually forming a new plan every single week is how you're going to lose fat. But again, do it within the parameters that you can fit your life to. If you're someone who's mega busy, who has family commitments, work commitments, business commitments, whatever it is, fit it in and around your life. If you want to train in the morning for 40 minutes 4 times a week, brilliant. If you want to train in the evening for 2 hours 3 times a week, fantastic. Whatever it suits you. There is no perfect way, there is no perfect formula. Yes, there's things that are going to be more advantageous than others. Most people watching this video are not chasing optimal. You should be chasing sustainable. Just an average person, probably like me, just trying to get a bit fitter, a bit leaner, a bit healthier and lose a bit of body fat. If that's you and you want to get started with that and you don't know where to start, then drop me a message, reach out, comment below, get fit, and I'll send you information on how I can help you. Also, you're not finished here. The next video you need to go and watch is episode 1 of the Fat Loss Accelerator series. It will be off to the side somewhere. Go and watch that video if you haven't done so already. Also, if you're struggling around nutrition, there'll be a recipes and meal plan playlist put in the screen here somewhere for you. So go and check that out as well. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe and comment what your next step is below.